All right, today we're going to be doing a roster review with AgentW. We're going to review my roster, and we'll do a second video covering his roster. So here's my roster to start. 4.5 mil TCP, strongest team power here. Got a few war MVPs, 24 max star ranks. All-time ranking is 1 in arena. I've been struggling lately, so I'm more like, if I get top 20, I'm pretty happy. But we'll talk about that. We'll talk about my arena team. And we can compare our blitz wins. I have 10,000 blitz wins.
10,000 blitz wins. You pleb.
Yep.
You filthy pleb.
You got a lot more than me.
I just hit 15 the other day.
Jeez, that's crazy.
That's pretty wild.
And then I guess it's achievements. I'll show you how many days played I have. I have 416 days played.
Wow, over a year now.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Over a year.
I'll jump to my roster. So yeah, in that time, I have every character except for Ultimus and then X23, who's not out yet. So I pretty much have every character other than just I probably could get Ultimus by 7
I was
stars.
just going to ask, if you golded everything, right? If you took everything to 7 that you already had the shards for, you
I'll
think you'd
probably
have
be pretty
Ultimus?
close.
Yeah.
I don't know for sure, but some of these characters, I mean, he's got 285 extra shards there. There's some other ones like that. So yeah, I mean, even
for those watching at home, do not rush Ultimus.
Yeah,
it's not good.
I don't see any reason to. I mean, yeah, especially once you finish Dark Dimension 3, you get the 5 red stars, but he doesn't seem super important. Yeah, you get 5 red stars on him. So I'll probably get the 5 red stars before I unlock him, which I think would be pretty comical.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I have a ton of people I could rank up. So we can talk about if that's the best strategy or not. But
yeah, I think that
I'm working on it. But
if you're a new player, you don't have an appreciation for how bad gold gets in this game.
Yeah.
And so, like, I'm currently at the stage in which I have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of purple training mats or purple, gear, and I can farm it every day. And I have tunes like in the 6, star range, and I'm farming them every day, and I have no gold.
Yep.
So it's a slow grind on the gold.
Same issue here. I mean, 6 stars not too bad for 250k, but 7 star, man, 500k just feels like so much. So
it's that, or it's part of a level.
Yeah.
Like I'm trying to take one character up to 75 for Dark Dimension 3, and it's like we'll see in the later video, but it's a grind, man.
Yeah, I mean, like Yo-Yo, I want to get up to 75 at some point. At one point, almost 6 million.
And she's 71, right?
She's 71.
4 levels.
Yeah. So that's just a lot. Like, it's like multiple days spent. That's all I do. It's
like my whole week.
Yeah. Pretty
I'm going from 65 to 75. It's a week. It's hard.
So actually, I don't know exactly what I want to do with my gold right now. I put out a poll on the Discord. I think I want to either use my gold on a Black Order team or X-Force. It looks like those two are winning. So, so we'll see. I'll probably work a little bit on both and maybe make the Black Order team a little bit higher. But I think that's where my gold is going to go next. In fact, I want to take Thanos up to gear level 14 at some point.
How many reds do you have on him?
Just 3. That's the thing. It's like not super exciting.
That's default, right? They give that to everyone?
I think it's just Cage, right? I don't remember.
I heard Thanos too.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure about that one, but yeah, either way, not very good. So I don't know. I could also think about maybe purchasing it later, but so I'm thinking about that, and that would go along with working on Black Order.
I was just hearing that high red star Thanos is really good.
Oh, I bet.
So that's something to think about.
Yeah. Other than that, I don't have too much farming going on here. I'm farming Elza just to get her up to 6 star to match the rest of Supernatural. Okoye, I'm finishing her up to 7 star so I can have all the opponents at 7 star for the Flash event. Karnak, I'm basically just going to keep farming him until he's 7 star since he's used for Maw. Nobu, I'm getting up to 7 star for Phoenix.
So are you farming? You won't hit 7 star Maw next time.
I won't. No, I probably would have to refresh him quite a bit, and I don't think it's worth the rush. I mean,
so you're just kind of taking. You're just taking them up because
just
get it over with.
Leave them in there daily, and at some point it'll be 7 star. Like hopefully not this upcoming event, but the next one.
Yeah.
I just got held up to 7 star today, actually. So right now I only have 4 characters, which is a bit low for me, but since I'm going to be working on Black Order and X-Force, I'm going to need a lot of gear. So I'm planning on just going hard on gear. And then I need orange gear as well. So I'm working on Crystal, and I'm short these glass shards, these orange glass shards, and I need it for like every single gear piece. So I'm going to have to be farming that pretty hard. I need purple there, but everything else needs those glass shards, I think.
Do you need any other orange bio gear?
I don't think so. I haven't checked for sure, but mostly just
Okay.
that.
So eventually it runs out. That's another thing that you think is
Not
just
even
going to
eventually.
last forever.
Not even eventually. I mean, I don't even have. I mean, we can go to my. I wanted to talk about
let's
my.
walk through this.
Let's see, gear tier. So here's all my characters at gear level 14. See how many bios I even have. I have Black Bolt, Invisible Woman, Symbiote, and Carnage. So I ran out after 4, and I'll get more after my second run in Dark Dimension 3. But I mean, you run out of this stuff pretty quickly, and I don't have that many characters at gear level 13. Groot
and
is
you've
another
run
bio.
U7, and you've run U7 for a long time.
Yep.
And you've cleared both Dark Dimensions, obviously.
Yeah, and
so
the Greek,
all the gear from those.
Greek raids from, getting all the orange gear orbs and stuff.
Yeah. And so you're basically at peak income. Or maybe not peak with the higher level Ultimus difficulties, but you're pretty far up on the income level.
Oh yeah.
And you're running out of stuff.
For sure.
You gotta, just for people out there, when you start moving up, you have to start changing your spending habits or realizing that the one-time windfalls aren't going to last forever.
Yeah. Since we're looking at this, Groot, Star-Lord, Shield Security, and Captain America were my Dark Dimension 2 team before all the good characters were really introduced. So, I mean, I would love to have the biomats back on Captain America and Groot now.
Oh, yeah. Back in my day, we didn't have Greg.
Nope, we did not have Greg. But yeah, so
we didn't.
Here's what I got. So that's 15 characters for Dark Dimension 3. I had 11 for my first run. And I've added Colossus, Shuri, Carnage, and Black Bolt for my second run. Crystal I'm trying to work on, but mostly for U7 and Arena, not so much Dark Dimension 3, although it's always nice to have an extra person. And then Maw, I'm literally 2 uniques away from having him gear level 14. Everything else is built. He's level 75. So that's kind of where I'm at in Dark Dimension 3. I've got all these characters. I have everything I want for Dark Dimension 3. It's just a matter of running it now. And then everything else I'm building up is for U7 or Arena. And then I wanted to, one of the things I do, just because I've been working on it a lot, just use the versus battle favorites for my U7 team, just so I can quickly look through it all and sort and stuff. So here's what I've been kind of messing around with. Pretty much core is Yo-Yo, Black Bolt, Symbiote Spider-Man, and Shuri. For the most part, I don't touch them at all. Shuri's just insane with her early defense up and all of her heals and deflects and stuff. So she's pretty much essential, especially as you get to the higher level U7s. My alliance now is difficult too.
So,
yeah.
I'm sorry to jump in. You have 5 red on Shuri, and Shuri is, I think, her passive. Is it? That's based on stats. There's she benefits from better stats.
Her ult heals by stats.
That's her ult. That's her ult.
That's a good point too. So I bought Hela up to 5 and 6. I bought Black Bolt up to 5. I bought Shuri up to 5. I bought Crystal up to 5. I bought Yo-Yo up to 5. I bought Carnage up to 4. I bought Symbiote up to 5. I opened Maw actually. So most of these most of these I bought using my cards from Dark Dimension 3.
So we're learning here that the tunes that you get the most utility out of typically, not even necessarily the strongest tunes, but the tunes that you're going to use frequently are what you want to be spending promo credits on.
Yeah, I mean, you can see it. Pretty much all these characters are already at gear level 14, or that we just talked about my plans to take them to gear level 14. So I want my red stars on characters I use a lot and the characters I already have built up a lot. So, and then we'll jump into, this is my U7 team. Hopefully they'll all be gear level 14. A lot of them have full tier 4s or close to it. I don't use Scientist Supreme that much anymore. Minerva mostly only if Shuri dies or someone else dies. I basically switch out a 5th slot of Hela, Maw, Carnage, and Ultron based on the node. And then I'm starting to work on trying to figure out where Crystal goes in there too. But all 5 of those really are good 5ths with that team. The other 4 are just amazing. So
In what difficulty are you running?
We're on 2 right now, and maybe in the next week or so we're going to try and 100% it, I think. So maybe we'll start doing 3. So we'll jump into Arena next, which is, you'll see a lot of similar faces, which again is why I've promoted a lot of them. So this is my typical attacking team right now. Phoenix, I mean, a lot of these are no-brainers. Phoenix, Ma, Black Bolt are pretty much no-brainers. Invisible Woman's pretty common to use against Ma, with her like cleanse and shield and everything. So I pretty much always have her in there. And then Sinister, at this point I'm pretty much copying Phoenix every battle. I'm just having 2 Phoenixes. I can typically win unless I mess up something or something gets kind of wacky. But
I've seen a lot of this comp on high attack with Ultron, I believe, in place of Sinister, but everything else is the same.
yeah, there's a few. I even see people dropping Maw and running like Ultron or something like that too.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, maybe. Do you drop Maw if you're fighting Black Order?
You might. That might be where you do it. Yeah.
Yeah. Because there's no value in the Phoenix, taking
Right.
copying
Yeah.
a Phoenix.
That's a good point. Yeah. Maybe if they don't have Phoenix for whatever reason.
Yeah.
And then my defense. So my defense is not holding pretty much whatever I do currently. So right now I'm trying the Inhuman hybrid team. I finally got Crystal up to 13 and Yo-Yo's 12. So I've been trying this. It's going okay. The problem is that that leaves me at a little bit under 400k, which obviously isn't a problem for everybody, but it's a problem in my shard. So what I could do, and I've done at times, is throw like my higher power tunes in there that aren't as good on D. So I've been wrestling with that. I don't know if you have any thoughts on, like I think this team's
I don't
better.
think anyone gets absurd. Yeah. I look at the tunes and then I go, is this a total too much to ask for my fight? And then I go, nope, and I fight it. Like I look at the Hela. There's a guy with a 6 or 7 red, excuse me, Hela in my shard who's like 100k. Yeah. And I look at it, I'm like, I don't care. Right. Like it's still a Hela.
Yeah. So I've run this for a while, and I could raise this up like 40k by doing that, but I think it doesn't really matter. So
nobody's scared. Yeah. They look at the comp. People are looking at the comp at that point.
Yeah. So that's why I've been running this, because I think this is the better team, and I think if things go a little bit wacky, like some dodges and heals from Crystal. So I've been running that, and yeah, like I said, I've been hovering pretty much into 30, like in between 30 and 20. If I can like get out of 20 and I just fall right back down. Like I think even 2 days ago I finished at 10, and then when I woke up in the morning I was like 29. So what the heck?
I finished 21 today. I lost 2 out of 3 of my fights, and it feels very, I don't want to say coin flippy, but kind of silly at high level arena. Yeah, so I'm not a fan.
Like, I'm small compared to all these guys, even at 412, and my defense is not even 400. They're all even in the 20s. They're all kind of bigger than me. So that's what's going on in Arena. So you can see a lot of my teams match up between Arena and U7, stuff like that, and Gear Level 14, Dark Dimension 3. Try to line it all
up. Good tunes are good.
Yep.
That's what we're learning, right? The good tunes are good. Run the good stuff.
And then kind of showed off the parts of my roster I'm proud of. We'll go to save squads, and we'll start to see some pretty big imbalances.
Proud of. That's a great way to put it.
Well, we got some bad stuff here. Some pretty big imbalances, which can make what's kind of tough. So I don't really. I mean, I think everyone's kind of trying to figure out what to do with some of these tunes. So we got Groot, Rocket, and Star-Lord, and Thanos now has Black Order. Vision used to go on Power Armor. Wakandans aren't that good, so it's like, does Shuri go with them? Maybe. So she can go to a lot of places. So
the problem with this team, I don't know, we don't want to linger on this very long, but the problem with this team is that Shuri gives defense up. So what are we doing with Vision?
Vision gives defense up, and Groot gives defense up. So
well, yeah, I mean, it doesn't all count triple. Like, you know what I mean?
It doesn't. I normally just use them as a war attack team.
Yeah.
And pretty much no issues with fighting.
I'm just wondering if you should swap her to your Marauders, Shuri.
Yeah.
And then just bring Min back.
Yeah, I could try that. Talking to some of the guys from like my Alliance cluster, they just really liked Min on Marauders, and actually for a while Shuri wasn't gear level 14 and Min was, so I liked having that extra gear level 14 on defense, but I don't know, I could definitely think about swapping them. I'm not sold on this team being decent, but they're big enough that I can like normally win a decent like war fight with them. So.
Okay.
Or like I'll fight like a big Guardians team with them or something like that. A lot of times,
Yeah,
it's just
yeah,
like
come on.
mine are better than yours.
Guardians, yeah, sure.
Yeah, but that's the thing.
Everything.
I never built up my Drax or Mantis, so I could run like a full Guardians team, but they're so much even lower than these guys.
Yeah.
So I just
But
never
then
had
you
a
gotta
reason.
do something with Vision and Shuri.
Then I need to find a place for these guys. So that's kind
Yeah.
of where I've landed so far.
Anyway.
I would definitely consider moving Shuri. As Guardians, nothing weird about them. Inhumans, nothing weird about them except the power levels.
That's really funny. There's the poor Karnak over there. He's just
Yeah.
like, Dad.
He's 4 Red Star too, and he's still only 21. So that's why they were on my list of teams to build up. So if I was to build up this team, it would be getting both these two up quite a bit. Maybe gear level 10. They could probably even go higher. But
Yeah.
So actually, a problem I have with them now, they're too big to fight most Red School teams. I don't know if...
I have that problem. So what happens to me is like I have a big Black Bolt and my yo-yo's okay and my crystal's okay. They're both tier 11 or 12.
Yeah.
And then the other twos are crappers. So they're like
Right.
tier 8 or something. And what happens is I don't get enough action economy for Black Bolt to beat Scientist. Like the death proofs from Scientist just own me. Oh, it's horrible. Like, so if I fight like comparable power, if the Black Bolt's big enough, it's okay. But like, it's gotten better since I buffed my yo-yo and my crystal.
Yeah.
But when it was like just super Black Bolt, the death proofs just owned me. It was horrible.
Yeah, that's interesting. I just feel like I just don't see Red Skulls that I can punch up on. So I feel like I'm always punching down. I just feel like people don't have the Red Skulls.
Same.
So I actually
think that
want to build up my power armor teams so I can free up Inhumans to do other stuff. But I haven't built up my power armor team, which we'll get to. So at some point I do want to build these two up, but there's a lot of teams. We'll see. I need to build them up. So similar looking. I have these two symbiotes at Gear 14 with tier 4s on them, and Venom's mostly untouched. So and the biggest problem with him is he needs bio gear, as does everyone else.
Yeah.
So
they have the problem that like seemingly every mutant team has, where everyone's a mutant. I mean, X-Force, X-Men, Marauders, except for Juggernaut, but every one of those guys is mutants.
Yeah.
Like pretty much, if you're like the mutants are like super like cloistered. Like that, all the mutants hang out together. They like go to the same bars and they get to chill.
Right.
Whereas these guys, they're all bio. The problem I have, and I personally think these guys are my dark horse for like dominating everything when they get 2 more members.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Except they're gonna be 5 bio. Probably.
Right? Pretty much guaranteed, yeah.
Unless there's a skill, right? Unless they weave in,
something
skill
like that.
somehow.
Yeah.
But those guys are scary. Those three tunes are terrifying.
I love watching these two just like go off and blitz. It's pretty like everyone else will die, and like these two will just keep going.
Just win the game.
And
didn't you say in Dark Dimension you had like all your other tunes die, and those two just like rolled for 3/4 of the level or something ridiculous?
Symbiote by himself can do that. I didn't even have Carnage the first time.
Yeah, that was what it was. He just soloed the friggin' Dark Dimension 3, the hardest content in the game. He's like, I guess I win now.
Yeah.
What?
Especially like the earlier waves of City, he just like, you get on a roll, and he'll just like take turn after turn too because they're slowed. It's nuts. Yeah. I really do like these guys. So another one, I really need to build them up, and I just throw them with kind of neutral tanks just to like make some space for them. So I would consider. I just have Cat build up, so it's like might as well throw them somewhere. So
I mean, you could put him a shield if you want to, or not shield, but military. Captain Marvel.
Right. Yeah. Something like that. I have had him on war defense at different points with Captain Marvel, but
Hawkeye.
Yeah. I just don't have any of them built up. He's 60K, and they're all like under 10 or something. So, but besides CM, so I'll be open to switching up these if other people had ideas for that. Defenders. These were like my original arena and raid team. So the funny thing about this, besides Punisher getting them up for Dark Dimension 3, I've not touched this team since they were like 180K. I've just got them up to 7-star and pulled red stars on them and stuff like that, and now they're up to 272. I just think it's funny. I like did not. They look really built up now. I did not build them up to this level originally.
Me too. Mine have the same thing. Mine are I don't remember what it is, 245 or 260 or something.
Yeah,
Now
like
it's
I
the same
think
thing. I just
200K is about what you need them at. I think for
I I
um,
want to bring up something here though.
yeah,
Is that you have 7-star defenders? I have 7-star defenders. Back back in our day, Block Party was really the only way to meaningfully get T4s.
yeah,
Thankfully, Fox Next has made T4s a lot more available, both from War
that's a good point.
and from Raid Season and from the ability event easy.
Yeah,
What else? There's other things, but they've gotten easier to get.
they have.
So don't get your defenders to 7, not
Yeah,
anymore.
Uh,
But that's why we have them,
they
because we needed them.
they've also added new characters that can help you, or like reworked characters and stuff that can help you.
City Heroes, City Heroes.
Yeah. Although, yeah, I guess
Right?
Carnage, Ghost
Is it-
Rider, yeah,
Yeah.
Ghost Rider and
In Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, and yeah, those are better
yeah, so
than I
don't-
think Defenders.
You'll see that on our rosters. Don't do that, kids. Like, that's a bad idea now.
Yeah, I mean they're definitely still easy to farm. I don't mind taking some of them. Like Luke Cage is pretty easy to get to 7-star, so I could see taking
Sure.
him potentially or something like that. But
But all I'm saying is that the Block Party event is not even important at all anymore.
it's
relatively
every
speaking.
other month, and it's not even a full ability. It's like
Exactly.
does not feel super worth
Like,
it.
I wish I had that time back.
I know.
But we didn't know. We didn't
Right.
know. They made the changes like a month after I gotten everyone to 7. You
Right.
know, so
Right.
whatever. It's
All right.
life.
We got Marauders. I have no huge plans to work on these guys anymore. I enjoy them and stuff, but I'm in Gold 3 on War D in like a pretty big TCP alliance. I think I've been in there for 6 or 7 wars, and I think I have 1 defensive win. I have gear level 14 characters. Like I used to get like 20 wins sometimes in my old alliance, so it's just a totally different ball game, both in Gold 3 and because your wars are ranked. Like matchups, I think are based on TCP. I mean, I just get slaughtered.
Yeah.
So I literally think I have 1 win. So at this point, I'm not planning on really working on many defense teams. So
That seems smart.
Aimtron. This is one of my favorite teams. I think they're super fun. They can take down some pretty cool teams like Asgardians and stuff. Super uneven because of my 6 Red Star Scientist Supreme, so they're on my list of people that can be voted on. The tough thing about them, low Red Stars. I haven't really farmed them too much. Graviton is one of the big damage dealers, and he's in the War Store, which is really hard to find time to farm him from there. So.
I was going to comment on that. I thought it was interesting you only have 4, that you just haven't lucked into them from orbs or whatnot.
Yeah. I mean, I'd love to.
It sucks. Yeah. It's you can't justify it. Like you have to.
Right.
Again, you get further in the game, you start to realize how brutal the War Store is.
Yeah, we can jump over to the stores after the save squads too and talk about that a little bit. This is just mostly a blitz team. I don't use this team in war, but just some of the characters I had built up, I just kind of threw them together. So that's one of the ones I definitely could rework, but some of the other shields are a little bit lower, and CM doesn't really have a great home. She's way bigger than my Kree. She's way bigger than my Hero Brawlers, so just a random blitz team, really. Fantastic Four. This is another one I have to be really careful in war. Invisible Woman's my biggest one, so when I see 220K,
she's not a great person to have a big number on.
Yeah,
right?
I mean,
she's not a DPS tune.
Right. You know, it would be way better to have like Namor or Human Torch in terms of what I can punch up. I mean, they're still really good on non-meta teams. They can punch up huge. And Invisible Woman, you know, they all get like full barrier, and every time someone hits them, she attacks them, and she does a decent amount of damage. So like, I enjoy this team, but it's a team. I also have pretty decent red stars on them, but bio again. So
Great red stars.
yeah, I really one of my higher red star teams, but just tough. So another one that's on my list. If people wanted me to work on them, I'll consider it. They're all like level 55. They're all missing like 1 or 2 purple abilities.
Oh really?
Yeah, and then only tier 4s on Invisible Woman. So they're pretty close. They're all fairly even except Invisible Woman. But so I do have to be careful. Like when I look at like war bots and stuff like that, and it says like, oh, your Fantastic Four can punch up this much because they're 220. It's like, no, not really. So I just have to be careful with that. Similarly, X-Men, not even at all, but I have to be careful with how much I can punch up. Gear level 14s on the ends, and then really 20 Ks really weak in the middle. They're obviously an amazing team, but I haven't really got around to working on them, and they still do pretty decent. They can't do all the stuff that I think I should be able to do, but I can normally punch up pretty good or take like a somewhat evenly powered Asgardian team or something like that.
Careful, Warbot. Careful.
Yeah. Yep. And then we got Supernatural. This another uneven team. I mean, they're all at 664. They're a little low in their gear. I think I just rushed them a little bit to get through the Mystic campaign originally, whenever the Supernatural team came out. And then I just have this massive Ghost Rider, which this is amazing. Like, they can punch up more than they are supposed to.
I love this team. This
Yeah.
is one of my favorite teams to play since they printed Brotherhood 2.0. They've been displaced, but I
Yeah.
love playing them on attack. They're just so much fun.
Yeah. No, they're definitely really
Okay.
good, and I love having a super strong Ghost Rider. That's who you want on a
Oh,
team.
yeah.
You want their DPS. If any of these guys die, he almost one shots a lot of people just for his retaliation.
He gets very upset.
Yeah, I have
Real
his
pissed.
passive T Ford. I don't have anything on Mordo or Strange like some of the essential ones are.
Yeah, those are real big. I don't have them either.
So that's one of the things too. All these teams that are like uneven, I just only the gear level 14s basically have tier 4s on them. And at this point, I've pretty much never done a tier 4 specifically for war. I think that's about to start to change. All of my tier 4s have been arena and raid specific, pretty much. Not that they don't help for war. Also Dark Dimension 3, but I'm going to kind of start moving into stuff. So here's my Black Order. Got my 77k Maw, and I got like 15ks and stuff, which even at 15k, this dude's pretty tanky.
And Maw is not really the tune you want to have the big number on, right? If it's in balance.
I tried this into a Merc team, I think, at one point, because like, they crush Mercs and stuff like that. It didn't go well, because like...
No, because they probably killed everyone but Maw.
Yeah.
Maw's is kind of like...
It's still good. Like he's got a lot of good stuff going for him and stuff.
But he's a monster. I have a tier 14 Maw. He's a killer. Yeah. But it's not the one you want, right?
Yeah. So I think based on what people are voting, this is going to be my team to kind of work on next. So I think my plan will be everyone at least to 10, gear level 10. And then I want to choose maybe like 3 or 4 tier 4s. I already have one in Maw. But so I can work on some other teams. I don't want to go crazy on them, but I want to get them up, and so that will require some of them to go a little bit higher level. And they're already 175k, so that's going to push them up quite a bit as I work these guys up. So that'll most likely be my next team or my co-next team.
You got your Cole Red Star. Good for you.
I got 1 Red Star this.
You pulled none. You pulled so many orbs for him, and you got gone over. So you finally got your 1 little Red Star.
I did. Speaking of Red Stars,
Sinister 6, baby.
My only 7 Red Stars on Mysterio. This whole team is at 553, I think. I never brought him up to 664, except Vulture, I think is. I was thinking about doing him for Dark Dimension 3 at one point and decided not to. So he's a little bit higher. This team's just, what it is. I no plans to touch them. I cleared 7-star Shuri with this team before I pulled the Mysterio, so they were even lower. I plan to get 7-star Invisible Woman with them. I don't think it should be too bad. So no plans to touch them, just with all the other teams I have to work on.
Good Red Stars on that team.
Yeah, they're pretty decent. Here's my Power Armor team. Like I said, I want to build up this team so I can pull off my Inhumans. I actually have pretty good Red Stars on some of these characters too. I got a 6 on Ironheart. It's just a matter of when I get them filled, but just super uneven. I used to have Vision on this team, and he was pretty built up too. So Falcon and Vision were huge. I recently pulled the trigger on getting these characters up a little bit because they get way, way stronger when their ultimates are 6.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Both of them get their turns, the turns for their ultimates cut down by 1.
Yeah. I heard about that for War Machine, right? If he pairs with Iron Man, I think.
Well,
on turn 2.
Yeah, it's just if you have his ultimate at 6 and if you have Rescues at 6, they both cost 1 less. Or start with 1 more. I forget exactly what the wording is. But basically, turn 2, you can do their full combo. So
she offense ups and he goes boom.
Exactly, yeah. So it's pretty much mandatory for this team to work. I used to just have them all at 553, and the team just kind of stunk because they're not very tanky, and you're just like, please let me survive to my combo. And definitely highly recommend getting at least these 2 to 60, but obviously I want to take the whole team up. to really work well. Mercs, I got excited about them at first, and I've kind of, now that I'm in my new alliance and stuff, it's just like, they'll probably stay here for a while. I wouldn't mind working on some of them. I think they're cool. I don't like fighting into them. I have a gear level 14 Merc Lieutenant for Dark Dimension 3, so it would be cool. I like the idea of maybe taking up Killmonger and Taskmaster up higher, just because they're really cool and fun, and they'd be pretty strong. But again, war defense, I just have a hard time finding time to work on them right now. Got my Brotherhood.
Taskmaster, independently really strong.
He is,
right?
but
like his kit's real good.
It is good. One of the reasons I would be excited to bring him up is for PvP, honestly, which at this point in the game is not a great reason to bring anyone up, but he's really strong, so that would be fun. But got my Brotherhood team. I never had a good reason to work on them. I went straight from Defenders into like Guardian / BKT into like an Ultron team into like U7 stuff, and I just never used these guys in Arena. I never really built up my Brotherhood 1.0 team, and then these guys came out. I had low yellows and reds, and never really worked them up. So I know they're awesome. Definitely want to work on them. I have no tier 4s in this team. Not even like Mags is passive or anything. So on my list to do, mutant makes it tough. But
Mystic.
No, sorry.
Mutant, yeah.
Mystic.
But yes, four mutants is horrid.
Yep.
It's just these certain teams, they just make them exceptionally difficult to farm collectively.
Yeah. But luckily there's not that many mutants though, so luckily Mutant Eater's not.
Yeah, but they're all together.
They are all together. So.
There's no rogue mutants.
Yeah. Who's a mutant who's not paired with a bunch of other mutants now that the X-Force is around?
Yeah.
They're on 3 teams.
It's definitely
4
tough.
teams.
Got my Red Skull. We've already talked about war defense enough. They'll probably stay here for a long time. No tier 4s or anything on them.
Icky.
Here's my crappy hero brawlers just because I have them all. I don't run the Wakandans, so I just throw Black Panther here. Gamora's not big enough to go with like a Guardians team. I don't have anything like tier 4s in this Marvel. This team's just Blitz. I don't even think I even use them on... I think in war, actually, I might throw Captain Marvel with them and throw them on defense or something for now. Or either that or I throw them with Kree. I can't remember right now. Captain Marvel goes with one of these. It's just like a... She can pretty much just go wherever and still be a problem, so... These are just my teams. This is what I used to unlock Fury. I've never touched them again. Hands, you know, some of them are kind of built up for different stuff like Phoenix. I use both these characters for Phoenix, at least the unlock, and then a little bit built up for the Flash event, but nothing crazy.
Relic Hunt, yeah.
So that's all my saved squads. I don't even have them saved yet because I don't have X-23, but X-Force is very, very low, but very high on the voting in the Discord. People want me to work on them, so I'm definitely considering them along with being on Black Order, which kind of works out since they're all mutant.
I think we're getting 5 Red Star cable.
I saw that.
Just like we did Magneto.
That would be nice. That would help a lot.
So just as a heads up, that's going to be good Red Stars for
yeah, and I did get both these to 4 stars, which is nice. I will probably buy one offer for X-23 since she is a 2-star unlock. I'll typically buy one offer and see if I get lucky. I don't mind.
So you get her up to 4 that way.
I think at least 3 from 2 blitzes, and if I get lucky, 4. But I don't mind supporting the game in that way. I wouldn't say it benefits me that much. Like a lot of times I'll just get the min drops and I won't even get her to anywhere close to 4. But so this team definitely exciting. They seem really strong from what I've seen just out of them in Blitz. I would have liked to get better Red Stars on her, and we'll see if I'm able to get anything on her. 5 Red Star cable would definitely help. I have some stars. 6-star Deadpool already, so they're already at a decent yellow star compared to some other new teams. So I don't mind if people want me to work on them. I would definitely consider investing like 3 or 4 tier 4s in them. I think most of them just need passives, so I don't even need to get them to like super high levels. I'd probably aim just to get them all to 60, 664, gear level 10 probably, and then maybe like level 64 for some of the ones that need
for the passives, right?
Yeah.
Because you need a tier 4 the passive at 64. I just want to bring something up.
Yeah.
We don't know if they're good or not.
We don't know if they're good, so this would be
Nobody knows anything.
yeah. So,
So
I'm not rushing to go crazy on them or anything. So
Yeah, no one's just please don't build these characters until we determine if they're good or not. Like
don't go all in on them, especially because most of their kit revolves around being Alliance War. I mean, people are thinking that some of these characters are gonna be good outside of. I think X-23 is the one that people are thinking might have the most value outside of it. But yeah,
Megasonic too. Her kit's powerful.
She seems really powerful in Bliss from what I've seen.
Yes,
but we don't know. We think it looks powerful. So
it's
like
let other people, like other content creators, figure it out, and then I'll be even behind them, but you can let me try and figure it out.
I'm going to quote Magneto here from X-Men 3. Okay, in chess, the pawns go first.
Yeah.
Let them run out there, go get killed. We figure out what's good.
Sounds about right. Yeah. But yeah, and then even like tier 4s in these guys, that's where it would start to be like an investment for me.
Yeah.
At my level, it'll take some time for sure, but like I can get them up fairly quick to 6664.
It's a lot of gold too.
It is, but like
you got all
compared to what I'm used to,
upgrades and everything. Yeah, it's days and days of gold, man.
It's $1 million gold for Deadpool to go up
for 5 characters.
No, it definitely adds up for sure.
It's a lot of gold.
Ugh,
but
I'm getting anxious thinking about it.
I would say I can pretty much the same amount of gold to work on one of these characters would be for like a level 60 to go up to gear level 14 probably.
That's wild.
So I can do like a whole team and the same time I can do one character. So it shouldn't take me too long. But I probably won't invest any tier 4s into X Force until I've done what I want to for Black Order. I think that's where I'm kind of at right now. Is basically I'll have one Black Order character I'm working on at a time and one X Force. I'll be working on purple gear for Black Order and then probably blue gear for these, and then we'll move on up. And then the last thing I want to talk about is just what I do in the supplies store. I think we've pretty much covered everything else. Honestly, gold is so tight right now. I don't buy that much out of here. I've already beaten Dark Dimension 3, so I'm not super concerned with buying minis. I have a lot of minis. I'm actually looking for like certain uniques, and I'll buy those. But actually, this is my 3rd refresh today, and I have only bought one thing, so I'm really not buying all that much out of here right now. I might need to do it more, and I might add stuff in as I'm trying to do more of this gear stuff. But for the most part, I'm not buying too much. But before Dark Dimension 3, I was buying every single mini that showed up, a ton of uniques. I was trying to make sure I had like, I have 42 if I want to do anything already, so. I try to make sure.
Send them my way.
Yeah, right.
Please. I need so many Uru.
Yeah, I'm doing okay on ABCs. I mean, okay, this will run out real fast, but
yeah.
So I don't.
I'm actually in the same spot. I'm in the same spot. I'm at like 500 or something.
So what I end up doing is buying like one-offs of blue gear or even green gear, just for like you make money if you buy green gear. So like I don't really want anything, so I'll just buy like 2 green gear.
I just realized that. Yeah, from the event, right? Or from the milestone.
12K. So I just made a little bit of money by doing that. So honestly, the main support is not very exciting for me right now.
Got to spend money to make money, man.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Blitz, all of my currency goes to war stuff at this point, but I still have 61K, so I don't really mind. I try and do, depending on the war, 10 attacks. If we're trying to full clear, and sometimes I'll even do up to 12. But normally 9, 10, it depends, and it depends on how big the other opponents are and if I combat cancel and stuff like that. And then the rest of my store is
full clear Y. Just to bring that up, you full clear Y.
When you full clear, you get bonus points, so it really helps you for the season rewards. It's like a massive increase.
And they give you what? Season rewards give you?
Tier 4s.
Boom.
Yeah. So
that's the real money.
It adds up super fast. Like last season, we had 2 full clears, and we were like top 500 in rewards or something like that. That's pretty nuts for us. So. And then I already have literally everybody in the store 7-star, or could be taking a 7-star, I should say. So I'm just sitting on currency. I'm just sitting on orbs. I've been opening bio purple gear, but that will probably switch to either mutant or stuff for Black Order.
I always go catalyst.
Really? I mean, that would be whatever I need. I just open whatever I need. and that's just true of everything in the stores. So I do not need
Yeah.
Blitz orbs. I could open them for a little bit of gold, but it's so tiny that I'll just wait a little bit. As soon as Toad's added and the event is live for Blitz orbs, I'll open all 92 of these and just see how much I get Toad. And then I'll just buy him direct every day until he's 7-star.
Oh yeah, same.
Raid Orb is fairly similar. Not quite everybody's 7-star, but a lot of them are. So I'm sitting on 64 Raid Orbs, which is whatever 64 times 9 is. So that's a lot of shards. So a lot of the people will probably get right up close to 7. And then in terms of these gear orbs, if I'm gearing someone up and I need their gear, I'll just pop them until I get what I need. And then I've been hoarding just for the last few days just for this event. But like, I haven't needed anything orange-wise, so I have 140 orbs, so that'll be pretty good for this event. I need them now for Crystal, so I'm excited. Now that the event's here, I'll pop them all. But that's pretty much my strategy. Is if I need it, I'll open it, and like I won't open them all. I'll just open it until I get what I need, and then I'll keep hoarding just for events like this. But I'll never hoard if it's kind of hoarding me up, or like holding me up from doing stuff. I'm also hoarding premium orbs.
If I'm doing the math right, 64 times 9, 666.
Really?
Yeah, it actually is. I'm pretty
Nice.
sure. I'm doing the math
I
right.
got 9 gold orbs saved up for this event. Training orbs are one that I just hold. I don't even think they're gonna be in the event, but like I have never run out of training orbs, so I just hoard these.
I'm doing 74 times 6. Damn it. Nope.
Close.
57, 6, maybe some. I don't know. Whatever. Yeah, I think it's 57.
I never buy these Kingporn Volts still because I still am working on characters to 7-star, but I'm getting close to having a lot of these. Heimdall, like a lot of the ones I've just kind of left like in range, but I haven't quite finished them off. M'Baku,
you get a legendary event
close.
or whatever, we'll put it over.
So like I finished up Vulture for Shuri, M'Baku for the Flash Star event, Human Torch. I won't spend the gold to get him to 7-star, so I'm just like I haven't really done anything with him.
How about your Heimdall?
Just got him to 7-star right before the Blitz, so that's unfortunate.
Bummer. It's a bummer.
Mordo, he's like in range of 7-star when I need to get him there for Phoenix. I got her to 6-star, and now I've just been passively farming her. Deadpool, I could see myself farming him now to get him to 7-star for the Merc event, and now he's on X-Force, so he's better, so I could see doing that.
Were you around for the Deadpool campaign?
I was not, actually. I don't know what this thing looks like. I assume it'll be like that Thanos event that we just had.
So we'll get some from there, so just remember that.
Yeah, and it'll probably be pretty easy, I assume. So.
Oh, yeah.
Drax is 7-star. Quake is close to 7-star, and I'll bring her up whenever I'm ready for 7-star Maw.
Daredevil. No, she's done. She's done. You just need gold.
Oh, correct. She's done. Daredevil 7-star. I've never even done anything with Researcher, or Hand Archer. Shield Security, I used him for Dark Dimension 3, so I did farm him up to 6-star, but I'm not too worried about getting him up for like, Iron Man or anything. And I'll just leave him there probably for now.
I think Shield Security might be my like least farm tune.
Really?
Like I have like the fewest shards of Shield Security of any tune that isn't like sorry, I suppose that isn't like newly blitz and totally unfarmable.
Right. That makes sense. There's no huge reason. I just got him up because of Dark Dimension 3. Warstar, this is the hardest store in the game, I think. I just go through the credits so fast, and there's so much good stuff here. The main stuff I'm looking for here right now is Sif. I'm trying to get her up to 7-star.
Oh.
And then Uniques for Maw. And those are the main things right now. I try not to even bother with buying purple gear, even though it's like 10 feels nice, but it really is so valuable. So mostly mini uniques for a really, really long time, and Sif, and then some uniques, but very rarely. Only when I was like desperate. I'm desperate for Maw uniques, so I'll buy them from here. But
Would you recommend using War Store currency for purple gear for players of a certain?
Yeah, I could see doing it like prior to Dark Dimension 2, probably. I think once you hit prepping for Dark Dimension 2 and then beyond, I think it's like all orange gear. But yeah, I can see it is nice, and you might not even have these nodes and stuff.
That's what I did. There were certain limited nodes that I remember being in that struggle and just it was horrible.
So I could see doing that, especially because they've vastly improved the amount of war currency you got compared to when I was new. When I was new, you barely got any, so it was like really tough. And then I would say everybody should be doing orange gear warbs almost exclusively.
From day one.
You just need so much of this stuff later. and I just don't think it's worth it to get the purple stuff. It's really helpful. Like, you do get a ton of ABCs, and those purple uniques can be a bottleneck and stuff like that, but overall, I think you're going to be kicking yourself if you don't just go nuts on here, building up uniques and mini uniques and all the orange gear. So I have done 95% of these. I think I was desperate for some ABCs to get into maybe Dark Dimension 2 at one point, but for the most part, just full orange.
I think the only time was I needed ABCs to like clear a legendary event or something. Like it was something like the time was running out and I had to do it now.
Yeah, like there's some short-term times I think it can make sense. But
yeah.
And then the last store is the Red Star. Orbs all the way. This is complete garbage. Absolute complete garbage. I don't even understand. This is embarrassing that it's even
insultingly
in here.
bad.
One for 1,000, or I could get a 4 Red Star or higher for 5,000. So I can get a character. I don't even. What does that even get me? I don't even have characters.
What would it be? 65. It'd be 65 credits to get a 4 Red Star you're choosing.
Yeah.
Right. From nothing.
Yeah. That's just
65,000 versus 5. You could pull 13 times and hope to hit the thing you wanted.
Yeah.
Which I understand is bad odds, but come on.
It doesn't matter. The value is just
awful.
There. So and it doesn't get much better as you go up here either. I think it does get a little better, but not much. So I think there's just orbs all the way for me here.
Could you imagine ripping a 6 Red Star or getting 50 silver credits? That's such a crapper offer. Look at this.
Yeah.
I'm distraught.
Yeah, no, they are terrible. Orbs all the way for sure. And then from here, if I'm like desperate for a character to 4 Red Star, I'll consider them. But again, we're talking like gear level 14 characters, high use. Like I just did Carnage recently, but for the most part, I like the value of doing 5 Red Stars. For 3 times as much, I can get a 5 Red Star. Or like I just get so many Elite 4s nowadays that I'm like bound to get most of my roster to 4 over time. So I'm not bound to get a lot of my roster to 5. I mean, it's getting better with the amount of elites and stuff, but overall, I just prefer to save up and get 5 Red Stars.
But to be clear, that philosophy should not be applied across the board. Like for me personally, I buy 4 Red Stars because like I think that progression goes with how big of a Red Star library you have to work with in your collection. Right?
It would be interesting to actually see what my average Red Star is, but it's probably between 3 or 4. At this point,
and how it progresses over time, right? So it's gonna accelerate and then slow.
Oh,
it's gonna
plateau. Real slow.
So what kind of advice do we give to new players on this kind of issue? Like you don't want to use them at all at some point because you want to build up your bank,
right?
But then at some point you want to start buying 3 Red Star, 4 Red Star, 5 Red Star. But like, how does that progression move? I don't know.
Yeah, and it's fairly new that we have these numbers and everything, and we're getting promotion credits at a rate. I mean. Up until like, what was it, 2 or 3 months ago, you never got these unless they screwed up. Like literally, if they screwed up.
Yeah. There was an offer in the store. They blew it, and then they gave everyone free stuff.
Right.
The only time we got them. Forgot about that. That was wild. Yeah, they gave a ton of these. We got gold ones. We both used them to, I think, decent use. You kind of regretted Mordo, but
yeah,
I think it was.
He's actually in my store right now.
Players. Yeah, he insults you. He just haunts you.
Yeah.
Tell you, mine's really good.
I think, just in general with this whole game, the point is to invest resources early on so you get more resources over time. So I don't mind players buying cheap upgrades for their early arena teams and early raid teams and just generate more resources for themselves. So I don't mind if someone has defenders or aim or. Especially Asgardians. I mean, that's a no-brainer.
I think I bought defenders.
Yeah,
when I first
I don't mind.
I bought like a 3rd Iron Fist or something.
Sure, get them all up to 3-star. It'll take you like a month, and you have them all 3-star, and whatever. And same thing with aim. I could see doing that. And then at some point, as you get more elites, you transition into mostly buying 4 stars, and then I think at some point when you're getting elites, at my level, I'm getting these almost every week, if not more. I think depending on most of what I open is dupes and. I get Red Stars from Blitz and from the daily challenges and stuff like that. So
that's another big thing. You get like from the challenges, you probably get
3 a week.
I've cleared all but the last tier.
Yeah, but that's a big jump too.
Well, but I mean, compared to you, I think I get like 60% of what you get from that last tier. Yeah. So it's pretty extreme. Even just like the little things end up adding up to really big differences, because you just start like it's kind of like the wealth begets wealth kind of thing. Oh yeah, you get them from here too. So
I do get at least from there.
Yeah, so you start to just kind of rake in more resources at a faster and faster rate by getting them earlier and earlier.
Yeah,
you know?
So this is a little over 3 a week that I get.
And I get, what do I get for tier 11? Tier 11's
450. Yeah. So,
yeah, exactly. So it's significant.
Yeah. Also, that's worth mentioning. As of today or yesterday, I've officially 3-starred
everything.
Yeah. I just finally 3-starred the gold one, so that's exciting. I can just auto them, get the best rewards. Speaking of red stars, did we get our? No, we didn't get our rewards yet. But so yeah, I think that's all I got to show. Unless there's anything you think we should talk about.
No, I think that again on mine we'll get a little bit of a different perspective.
Yeah, no, I think that'd be awesome.
We're gonna laugh at my blitz teams. My blitz teams are crankers. I have some banger blitz teams. I will tell you. You will be impressed.
Yeah, no, I'm excited to do it. Thanks for joining me and going through my roster, and thanks for anyone who's still watching at this point in the video.
Yeah. Hopefully you listen to us rant and rave.
Yeah, I don't even know how long it's been, but thanks for watching.
Yeah, it's been long. We've been going at this for like probably 40 minutes.
I think it was good. So.
No, I think we're doing great. So.
All right. Thanks for joining me. Appreciate it.
Absolutely.